What it do, YouTube? It's SS, and I'm back with another video on this one right here. This one right here. Well, let me tell you about this one. Spotlight Hour Tuesday, I ended up doing Marini Hour, and I ended up getting two shinies, and I happened to get this one right here, which is a 31115. So I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and max it out to a Great League. I need a CMP one. I do have the rank 2 already. The shiny is just a shiny one. So yeah, I was like, whatever, let's go ahead and flex it. Um, and I also ran Shadow Garchomp, which you guys will see went went crazy in these four sets that I have right here. Um, Kind of a longer video, but not too long, but it is longer than what I usually do. Uh, Battles were done in Twitch. Once again, link in the description as always. If you guys do want to follow me, watch them happen Twitch in real time as they do happen. Link in the description as always. Um, but yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these battles. As we do see that they swapped them into a Registeel. Is that a Registeel? It is a Registeel. They swap back out into a Tentacruel. I'm staying in, trying to make it to the Sand Tomb. I do make it to the Sand Tomb. Because at this point now I have the alignment. I just gotta let my Garchomp go down, come back in, come into the Marini, the Toxapex, and Toxapex is just gonna be able to tank every single move here. And we do get the debuff, which is fine with me. We're still gonna be able to make it to this sludge wave, but not before they make it to their own sludge wave. I think it was. It was. Gonna go ahead and charge up the sludge wave up to an excellent. See what they want to do. Do they want to shield? They don't want to shield, which is fine. They swap. I swap and they realize that the game is over and they just top left and we're going to be able to take that first game. As we do hop into the next battle, we're going to see Gligar up against the Garchomp. And this is actually kind of the Dragon Tails are chunking, as you guys can see. I can shield this up. Probably dig. It is dig. Gonna do 3 and throw. They swap out into an ape. Just gonna go straight for the outrage here. Don't expect them to shield, but they do end up shielding, which is fine. Then at this point, I end up letting my Garchomp go down, which is kind of bad for me. And then I come into my Marini or Toxapex. Toxapex gonna be able to tank everything here. Gonna go ahead and let this go through as well. As long as I can make it to the brine here, and then right before they make it to another move, we're gonna make it to the brine, see what they want to do. They go ahead and let it go through, which is fine. They swap out into a Poliwrath. Then they come into their own they come into the Gligar. Gligar is gonna get hit with a nice slash. Do they want to shield? They don't want to shield. We get the boost. We're gonna go ahead and shield this up, and now we do get the farm down here. Hopefully, I can make it to a move. We make it to a nice slash head here. Do they want to shield this? They do want to shield, which is fine with me. We're getting a little bit more counter damage here, and then now they are gonna be able to scold this. Hoping I can make it to a sludge wave here before they make it to a move. And we see in P tide, cap tide, the bap tide. So unfortunately for me, we're gonna end up losing this game, which was a very close game, but that is fine. We're gonna hop into the next battle. We're gonna see Garchomp up against Napoleon, and you guys will see that these Dragon Tails are chunking. So once I do hit them with the Sand Tomb, the Dragon Tails will start chunking even more. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, throw. And I expect them to shield as well since I shielded. They do shield. Now I'm gonna try to make it to another one. We do make it to another one. And we're gonna see, do we get both shields here? We do get both shields, which is fine. We're gonna come into the Toxapex, tank the move here, then swap out into my own into my Annihilate. Annihilate is going to be probably able to wreck their whole back line. We're going to see what they do here. They do come into a Superior. Superior is going to get hit with a Shadow Ball, but not before they make it to their Aerial Ace, which is fine with me. Aerial Ace is going to come through. I'm just going to go ahead and CMP them on the next Aerial Ace, which it looks like it was the CMP. Cap Tide, the Baptide, going to be able to take it out. They come into a Cofagrigus. Cofagrigus is not going to get hit with the Shadow Ball since we had extra energy banked up, and now a couple more punches, couple more counters, and we're going to be able to counter down that Cofagrigus to take that game. As we do hop into the next battle, we're going to see Dragonite up against the Garchomp, and they're both shadows. So look at these shadow Dragon Tails. We're gonna be able to delete them, but they almost deleted us as well. We're gonna be able to make it to a Phantom here up against the Superior. Superior is gonna get met with my Toxapex. Toxapex is gonna have a really good time here. Gonna go ahead and let go of the first Frenzy. Gonna be able to take it. They swap out into a Lantern. Lantern's gonna get hit with the Sludge Wave unless they want to shield. We're gonna see what they want to do here. They do shield, which is fine with me. Since they shielded, I'm not gonna swap out into my Annihilate. But Annihilate's gonna be able to shield whatever they throw here. Gonna try to make it to another Shadow Ball, but not before they make it to a move. We're gonna go ahead and shield this as well. Now I'm gonna farm up as much as I can, possibly. Lost count. So I threw Rumble before their Surf, I think, and that is the Shadow Ball is gonna be enough to KO. We make it to another Shadow Ball. I think this was the cap tie, the bat tie, CMP tie, and this is gonna be enough to KO as well as we're gonna be able to take that game. Annihilate, one of my MVPs. I've been having so much fun with it. I know I've been dropping a lot of videos with it on the teams, but it's because I've been having so much fun. As they do swap out um into a Mandy Buzz. Mandy Buzz is gonna get their move caught on my Toxapex. Toxapex is gonna be able to take that move. As Toxapex is so super tanky, as you guys can see it. We're gonna be able to take another Dark Pulse. We're gonna be able to take a few more, another one probably. Gonna make it to the Sludge Wave here. Sludge Wave is going to do massive damage if they do not shield, and which they do end up shielding. Since they shielded, I'm gonna shield as well. I don't want them to start throwing aerial aces at me, which would be bad. Just gonna go straight for the brine here. Brine is not gonna be enough to KO, but I'm hoping I can put it in range where I can farm it down. I'm gonna go ahead and let this go through because I can live one more dark post. Hoping I can farm down completely before they make it to another move, which it looks like we're gonna be able to. And now we're gonna see what they want to come into. They come into a lantern. Lantern is gonna get hit with this sludge wave unless they do want to shield. Oh no, it's a charge bug. Charge bug is gonna hit the sludge wave. Now we come into our Garchomp. I shouldn't have threw this move. Probably should have just farmed down completely. Came out with some more energy. And the reason is being is because they do let it go through. Since they let it go through, they come out into their Wish Cash. Wish Cash is going to throw a move at me. I'm going to go ahead and shield this Scold. I do want to make sure I shield the Scold first. I'm going to farm up extra energy. Go straight for the Shadow Ball here. Probably shouldn't have went for the Shadow Ball, to be honest, because it looks like Night Slash would have been enough here. And now they are going to hit me with another Scold. Scold is going to get the attack fall, which is kind of bad. We're going to make it to the CMP tie on the Night Slash, and Night Slash is not going to be enough to KO. We get the boost right before we dip, before we get KO'd, and now Garchomp's going to come back in, going to be able to farm down one more Dragon Tail for the Charge Bug, and we're going to be able to take that game, as I do believe this is a 4-1 here. Um, yep, 4-1. We go 4-1 in the first set, and now we're going to hop into the set as soon as we do catch this scrub. Once again, if you guys like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. Oh man. Ugh. Oh man. I hate when I start yawning when I'm making these voiceovers. Okay, Lantern up against our Shadow Garchomp. Garchomp is going to take a lot of damage, and they throw on bad timing, which is really good for me because I do sneak a Dragon Tail. And look at this Surf. That Surf did so much damage, and because they swap out into a Ferrocene, Ferrothorn, Ferrothorn, I'm going to be able to swap out into my Annihilate, but Annihilate is going to be able to make it to a move here. I think this was a CMP tie, Cap tie, Bat tie. We're going to see what they want to do here. They do shield, which is fine with me. Since they shield, I'm going to shield as well. We're down shields, but it's fine. Annihilate is going to come out with a lot of energy here, and now they're going to come into their Lantern. I don't expect them to shield this, to be honest. I'm just going to go straight for the Shadow Ball. They don't shield it, which is fine with me. They come into a Skeledirge, and I throw them bad timing, giving them a free incineration. Lag right there. And then I'm going to be able to make it to one final Night Slash here, which is going to be able to get the shield. And now since I expect him to throw right away, just gonna come into my Toxapex, take the move, and since I have the move on my Garchomp, I'm gonna swap out, throw the move, one more Dragon Tail, not the KO. We're gonna be able to take that game as we the Altaria up against the Garchomp, and this is really bad for the Garchomp just because Altaria is super bulky. Look at it. Oh man, we're getting chunked down. Gonna throw the Sand Tomb here, see what they want to do. Do they want to shield? They don't want to shield, which is really horrible for me, but that's fine. Now, at this point, I believe I'm just gonna come into my Toxic Pick, try to get this farm. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll take a move here and then I'll swap out into my Annihilate. Nope, we're just gonna stay and farm down completely. They're gonna swap out into a Mud Boy. Mud Boy, I think it was Wish Cash. And once again, throw bad on timing. Bad timing. Oh my gosh. I'm not even sure what was going on, but once again, we threw on bad timing. I think I just top left this one because this game's over. Yeah, yeah, just because of that. Now, well, because we didn't have alignment, to be honest. We're gonna see Skarmory up against our Garchomp, and this is actually, I don't know. We're gonna see what it does here. We're gonna go ahead and shield this first move up, I don't expect them to shield just because they think I might go for the Sand Tomb since we're one away from the Sand Tomb. So I'm just gonna go straight for the Outrage. Outrage does some good damage, and we're gonna be able to Dragon Tail the Armory down. They swap out into a Sable Eye. Don't make it to a move, which is really bad for us. We're gonna be able to try to make it to a Brine here. We're gonna make it to a move here. Most likely gonna be the return. It is the return. They're gonna swap out into a Quagsire. Quagsire's gonna get hit with these nice slashes. I think at this point they probably want to shield. They do shield, which is fine. Gonna go ahead and let this go through. We're gonna see what it is. It's an Aqua Tail, really bad for me. Gonna make it to the move here on CMP tie, but I mean this is actually looking really bad for me. Gonna go ahead and shield, but I suspect that this Quagsire's already at a move, which they are. They're gonna go ahead and knock me out. This game is over. You're gonna have top left. Yep. Gonna hop into the next battle. We're gonna see Magnet Zone up against our Garchomp. Garchomp is gonna be able to do really good up against the Magnet Zone. And now, since I have another answer to the Magnet Zone, just gonna stay in with my Garchomp here, and then we're going to get the shield, which is really good. We're gonna try to farm down. They're gonna farm me down, which is not good. But I'm gonna come to my Toxic Pest. Gonna go ahead and tank this dig here, just fine. They make it to another one. That's fine with me as well. Which I think they do make it to another one, and they do go through. I live with a couple of HP. Gonna punch down the Gligar. Gligar gonna go down now. They're thinking about what they should do. And I think they bring in the Magnezone, which is kind of weird that they brought the Magnezone in. I'm not sure. And I think I end up losing this game just because. Oh no, they swap out into Cresselia. We get the attack fall, which is really not good for us. We're gonna get the Shadow Ball off, make it to the nice slash here. Do they want to shield? We're gonna see what they want to do here. They don't want to shield, which is fine with me. And now we're gonna go ahead and shield as well. I'm thinking I can punch down this Cresselia before they even make it to another move. We're gonna try to see. We don't punch it down before they make it to another move. We're gonna throw the nice slash. They're gonna shield. Gonna swap out and we're gonna go ahead and catch the move. Fortunately, was not able to throw my move. They're gonna swap out, get punched down, and the Cresselia is now gonna get punched down as well by my Annihilate, and we're gonna be able to take that game. As we do hop into the next battle, we're gonna see Charjabug up against the Garchomp, and this is really good for the Garchomp, but once again, Garchomp is super frail that anything is going to hurt. As you guys will see, this Hydro Cannon will do a lot of massive damage, and I'm going to swap out. Going to keep the energy on my Garchomp. I'm going to farm down this. Hopefully, I can farm down this Swampert before they make it to another move. And they do get farmed down before they make it to another move, which is really good for me. So we're loaded on energy. They're going to swap out into their own ape. I think it was an ape. Yeah, they're going to swap out to their own ape. We're going to farm up extra energy here. I expect them not to shield this because they're gonna think it's a bait, and we don't bait them, so they go down. Now they are gonna bring in Charge a Bug. Charge a Bug is gonna make it to a move. We're gonna go ahead and shield this. Gonna over farm a little bit. One, two, three. Throw right here on very good timing, and the Shadow Ball is going to connect and do so much damage that our counters are going to be enough to punch down the Charger Bug, and we're going to be able to take that game. As I do believe this is the 3-2 on the second set. It is a 3-2. So overall, I do believe I climbed like 100 points with the Garchomp or something like that. Roughly 100 points. We are going to see Garchomp up against the Annihilate, and this is actually really bad for the Garchomp. They're going to swap out into for Alligator. For Alligator is going to throw their move. I'm going to go ahead and shield the Hydro Cannon because they would do a lot of damage. We're going to make it to a move. Try to catch on our Toxapex, which we do end up catching on our Toxapex. Now, they are going to bring in the Annihilate, which is really good for me. Gonna start chunking down this Annihilate, and we're gonna be able to live whatever they throw at us. At this point, I expect them to shield the next Brine, but we're gonna see what they want to do here, and I'm gonna make it to a Brine, but not before they swap out into their Carbink. Carbink is gonna get met with my Annihilate. I'm just gonna go straight for Night Slashes here, hoping I can get the boost here. I don't really need to go for the Shadow Ball because if I get the boost, then the boost is just gonna be super good for me because the counters are just gonna start adding up since we have an attack weight Annihilate. And we still don't get the boost. We're trying to make it to another one. We do make it to another one, so now they're gonna have to shield this one as well if they want to preserve their card bank. They're gonna swap out into Annihilate. Annihilate is gonna be able. My Annihilate is gonna be able to make it to a Night Slash. Night Slash is not enough. They're gonna be able to throw their move here, which is fine with me. Shadow Ball's gonna KO, and I'm just gonna come into my Garchomp, give that one Dragon Tail, throw the not the Earthquake, but throw the Outrage here, just to know that we are Superman, that they're using Carbink, and take out the Carbink with the BM, and we're gonna be able to take that game. As we do hop into the next battle, and we're taking our time here. You win, um, as we do hop into the next part, we're gonna see Garchomp up against the Licky Tongue, and this is actually not really good for the Garchomp just because Licky Tongue is super tank, and these body slams are gonna start adding up. So I am gonna go ahead and shield the body slam here. Gonna farm up extra energy here. Go, not really. Gonna go straight for the outrage, and we're gonna see what they want to do. They do let it go through, which is good for me. But we are down shield. We're gonna see what they want to do here. They're gonna come out into a Gligar. I'm gonna try to make it to a move, but they do throw their move first before they make it to the Sand Tomb, which is fine. I'm gonna go ahead and let this go through. Just swap out into my Toxapex. Toxapex is gonna be able to tank everything here, and I expect them to shield, to be honest here. But we're gonna see what they want to do. If they don't shield, which is really, it might be good for me. They do end up shielding, and now at this point, I'm just gonna force them to throw their energy here on my Toxapex, which is really good. Hoping I could put them in range where I could just punch them down, and they swap out into for Alligator. For Alligator is going to move here. Unfortunately for us, this game looks like it's over for us, and we're gonna be able to shield this up. Gonna be able to farm down the for Alligator, but I do believe the Gligar is already pretty much at a move, and it is at a move, so we're gonna be able to actually lose this game. As we do hop into the next battle, we're gonna see Garchomp up against. We're gonna see Garchomp up against a Chargebug, and this is really good for the Garchomp. They're staying in, which is very interesting as well. As you guys, I think I let this go through. No, no, I don't let it go through. You guys will see the damage that Chargebug does cause on Garchomp. And they're gonna swap out into a Licky Tongue. Licky Tongue is gonna be met by my Nihilate. Just gonna go ahead and let this go through, just because I know I can live a Power Whip and should be able to farm them down before they farm me down, which is correct. And now gonna go for the Shadow Ball here. Most likely they do end up shielding it, which is fine with me. Gonna come into my Garchomp. Gonna go straight for the Phantom here. Don't expect them to shield, to be honest, but they do end up shielding since they ended up shielding. Just gonna go ahead and shield this as well. Gonna go for the farm down and then throw the outrage here on whatever comes in, and outrage is gonna get hit. That Wish Cash is gonna get hit with the outrage, takes them out. We're gonna be able to farm down their next Pokemon. We're gonna be able to take that game. As we do hop into the next battle, we're gonna see Wish Cash up against the Garchomp. And once again, this is actually, as you guys can see, Garchomp's Dragon Tails are adding up. They are gonna throw the Scold at me. They swap out into a Gligar. Gligar, we're gonna see. Do they want to shield? They don't want to shield. One more Dragon Tail is gonna be enough to KO the Gligar, and they swap back into their Wish Cash. Wish Cash is going to throw their own move, which is fine with me. Gonna go ahead and shield this, and now I do believe I get the farm down, and whatever is in the bags is gonna just gonna get hit with multiple Sand Tombs. One Sand Tomb gonna come through. Gonna make sure to throw on good timing. Get the next Sand Tomb here, and then I do believe they're going to shield as well. At this point, they're super, super low. I'm going to come into my Annihilate, show my Annihilate, and then do two counters. Catch on the Toxapex, which was very unnecessary. But, you know, the game is over. And they just don't want to top one, which is fine with me. So we're just going to keep punching them down. We're going to keep jabbing down. And we're going to be able to take that game. As we do hop into the next battle, we're going to see Garchomp up against a Poliwrath, and this is actually not really good for the Garchomp just because they do have Icy Wind. They swap out into a Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is gonna get hit with the Outrage unless they wanted to protect shield, which they do in those shielding, which is fine with me. Gonna swap out into my Toxapex. Toxapex is gonna get hit with the Dark Pulse, which is fine. We could tank multiple as you guys had seen before, and now Mandibuzz is going to be able to make it to another move. I think they make it to another move before I do. Nope, not this time. We're going to be able to throw this Sludge Wave here. Do they want to shield? No, they don't want to shield, which is fine with me. Going to be able to shield this up and then farm down completely. They swamp out into a Lantern, which is fine with me. Going to be able to make it to Sludge Wave here. And now at this point, I believe I'm going to go ahead and sack my Garchomp. Going to see what they want to do here. Going to go ahead and let this go through. Should be enough to KO. And now I'm gonna try to punch down this lantern and come out with a lot of energy. And let's see. Okay, well they're gonna make it to a move. Gonna go ahead and let this go through. Hoping it's not the Thunderbolt. It is the Thunderbolt. We're gonna be able to get the farm down completely. And now they swap out into the Mandibuzz, and this is really bad. I was hoping they would have came into their Annihilate or their Poliwrath, but unfortunately for me, they don't. And now I'm gonna go ahead and shield this up. Gonna try to catch. We don't catch. Trying to make it to move. We don't make it to move. And unfortunate for me, game's over. Gonna go ahead and top left and get a 3-2 there. As we do hop into the final set, I do believe this is the final set. We're gonna see a Azumarill up against the Garchomp, and this is really bad for the Garchomp. I think at this point we're just gonna try to CMP them. And it looks like we did CMP them. Just gonna go ahead and let this go through. Sack the Garchomp at this point, swap out into my Toxapex. Hopefully they let me farm them down all the way completely. We're gonna see what they want to do. They do end up throwing a move here, which is fine. Ice Beam. They swap out into a Sable Eye, which is really bad for me. I need to stay in here. We're gonna keep farming up extra energy here. This is just a foul play. Gonna go ahead and let it go through. And then now we're gonna see we're gonna be able to make it to a brine here. Do they want to shield? They don't want to shield, which is fine with me. They're gonna make it to another move here. Gonna go ahead and let this go through. Hoping I could punch down the Sable Eye here right before they make it to another move. Looks like we're gonna be able to, but we have no health. We're gonna see what they want to come into. Skeletor. Nope, it's the Alolan Marowak. They try to catch a move. Unfortunate for them, they don't catch nothing but a Shadow Ball to the face. And now we're super low, so they're just going to be able to farm us down completely. We do throw the Night Slash. I need a boost here. We get the boost. And now they throw in bad timing. We're going to do one counter and throw. Hoping I can get another boost here. Let's see. Can we get the second boost here? And Night Slash is going to come through. And we get another boost. And once again, they throw on bad timing. No, I don't think they threw on bad timing that time. But because they threw him bad timing the first time, we're gonna be able to punch him down because of the double boost as well. A game I should have lost, we end up winning. As we do see Sandslash up against our Garchomp, just gonna go ahead and sack it. I have no play, and now I'm just gonna swap out into my Annihilate. They swap out into a Azumarill. I'm gonna farm up, try to catch a move on my Toxapex. Unfortunately for me, we don't catch a move, so I have a lot of energy on my Ape. And now they are gonna throw ice beam at me. Gonna throw another ice beam at me, which is fine. Gonna be able to try to farm them down completely, hoping that they don't swap out, and we're gonna get hit with another move, which is fine. And now hoping they don't swap out. They're not swapping out, which is good for me. Gonna try to make it to the farm down, but they swap out. Gonna throw the brine here and see what they want to do. They let it go through. Next brine is gonna come through. Do they want to let it go through as well? I think they do let it go through, which is fine. And now at this point, I believe they're gonna swap into Medicham. Medicham is gonna get hit with the Shadow Ball. Probably should have baited, but I mean, if I bait, it's a risky bait, right? Gonna overfarm here. Gonna shield this, and they are running Ice Punch. Shielded and Ice Punch feels bad. And then now we are gonna be able to make it to the next Shadow Ball. They are gonna shield again, which is gonna force me to shield. Do things. Nope. We call the Ice Punch. They're gonna swap out into the Azumarill. Azumarill is gonna get hit with the Night Slash. Is gonna be enough to KO. It is gonna be enough to KO. Hoping I can make it to a Shadow Ball, but unfortunately for me, I don't make it to a Shadow Ball. So we're just gonna throw the Night Slash. Gonna come into my Toxic Pest. Gonna go ahead and let this go through. Nope. Gonna shield it. Should have let it go through. And now I do make it to the brine here. Hoping this is not a Psychic. And for some reason, I guess they're running a single moved Medicham. Or they're running Power Punch or Dynamic Punch or something that's not viable. We're gonna see Garchomp up against the tree, the Trevenant, and I do believe Trevenant is gonna get a buff next season, so that's really cool. Um, almost make it to the farm down, but unfortunately don't make it to the farm down. So I am gonna throw a move here. They go ahead and let it go through, which is fine with me. At this point, I'm gonna try to CMP the Mandibuzz, which it looks like we CMP the Mandibuzz. Gonna throw the Outrage. They do shield it, which is fine with me. Gonna go ahead and let this go through. Now we have the Mandibuzz up against our Toxapex, which is how we really want it to be. And now, at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and let it go through. We've seen this matchup so many times before. They are still staying in, which is fine with me. Gonna overfarm a little bit extra energy here, throwing on good timing. They throw on bad timing. Now they do swap out into a Bastidon is gonna get met with my Annihilate, and unfortunate for them, they're gonna top left, and we're gonna be able to take that game. As we do hop into the next battle, we're gonna see Garchomp up against the Licky Tongue, and I'd rather have the Licky Tongue up against my Annihilate, but this is fine with me. We're gonna go ahead and let this go through because the last one that I threw the outrage at, let it go through. So I think it's just better for me to let it go through. They do end up shielding, which is fine with me. Now at this point, gonna go straight for my Annihilate. They swap out into a Say Why. Say Why is just causing so much damage to my Annihilate, and we're gonna go straight for the Shadow Ball. They shield up. I'm gonna swap out into my Toxapex here, and then Toxapex is gonna get hit with a Foul Play. Gonna make it to the Brine here right before they make it to their move, and we're gonna see what they want to do. This point, I believe I'm just gonna go ahead and let this go through as well. Yeah, and hopefully I can make it to another move. They throw right away, which is fine with me. Gonna go ahead and let this. No, we're gonna shield, and now I'm gonna try to farm. Okay, yeah, gonna throw the energy here, hoping my ape can. Nope. Yeah, this game's over. Nope. To be honest, I feel like a lot of these games that you saw me top left were games that people were sniping. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but whatever. People for some reason will snipe. We do get hit with an ice punch. Gonna throw the sand tomb here, expecting them to shield, but they probably don't. They don't. One more Dragon Tail is gonna be enough to KO, and they swap out into a camera up. I throw in bad timing, but I do get the move off here. They do get the shield, which is fine with me. Gonna come into my Annihilate. Gonna try to farm them down completely. They end up throwing their move. First man, lag's been super. And now at this point they swap out into oh yeah. Yep, they're gonna be able to win here. Yep, they're gonna make it to. I am unfortunate for me. Try to farm them down completely, which does not happen. And for some reason, they win CMP, which is super cool. Whatever. But we go 3-2, get a Becephalon here. And Mega Evolve, one of my Pokemon, one of my fire types, just to get some extra XLs here. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz, as we are about to catch. Um, get a couple XL candies and move up to 25, 29. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. I will be streaming at 12 p.m. Central, so like in roughly an hour. Hope to see you guys there. If not, I will see you guys on the next video.